Hey guys, Greg with Planet Green Zen, and thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. I have a special guest for you guys today, but if you've never been on this channel, before we get into that, what I love to do on this channel is just inspire the world in 5 main areas of life, and those are mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially. Because I truly believe that if we all on this entire planet had a holistic balance of each one of those areas, we would be able to live in a world of peace, and we would eliminate hunger, famine, poverty, slavery, all that bad stuff, and we could just live happy, healthy, wealthy all together, enjoy all the foods and cultures that this planet has to offer, and also just enjoy the scenery as well. So that's what this channel is about. If you guys like those messages, go ahead and support it. Share these videos with people in your community and tribe who needs to hear them. Comment, share, and yeah, so let's get started. And don't forget to subscribe. So I have a special guest with me today. Her name is Contagious Cammie, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So how are you doing today, Cammie?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm doing very well, thank you. Hope everything's good for you. And I'm super happy to be on this call. So we met back in Arizona in December 2018. It was really nice to meet you. And okay, a little bit about me. I was born in California back in 1999, and then I was raised around Europe. My parents are French, so I didn't go back to the US for like 14 years. I got the occasion to go back just a couple months ago, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm a student. I study online. I study dietetics and naturopathy, and other than that, I'm an entrepreneur. And I help people get more leads. I also help people with their health. And today I'm focused on helping people beat the banks.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And Cammie is very contagious, guys, and not in a sick way to where you're going to get a cough or something, but in a positive way to where when she's around you, you catch that positivity and then it spreads to you and you want to become more successful and you get excited, and then she helps you grow and, you know, just pass it on. Each one, teach one, like I always say in my videos. So that's amazing. And then yeah, she lives in France right now, like she just stated. And again, guys, think about it. When I talk about in certain videos where if you truly want to become successful, you have to actually do actions that's going to lead you to success. And she lives in France. She came all the way over to the US to attend, you know, we met at a workshop, and it was a great workshop. Again, just because she wanted to grow herself and actually meet like-minded people. So again, you guys live here in the US and you're not going places that's 10 miles from your house because it's raining or whatever. She came all the way across the country just to attend a workshop, just to invest in herself and everything. So that's amazing. So again, just keep that in mind, guys. Alrighty, Cammie, I have a question for you. So what is your personal mission statement, and what are you trying to accomplish with your business and just, you know, your personal life? What is your mission statement, and what are you trying to accomplish?
So my mission, my purpose, I discovered that actually when I was on my trip to the US, shortly after the event we met at. And I was, you know, I'm 19 years old, so I'm finding my way slowly across, you know, this whole online space and my life in general, communicating with people. And I was having a hard time trying to find what my purpose was, trying to differentiate what passions and hobbies are, a true passion and purpose. So what I found is I love a lot of things. I love nature, cooking, singing, music, a ton of things. I mean, the list is long, it just goes on and on. But I found, and that was, I found this through doing my first YouTube videos when I got my first feedback from people watching. People sent me messages saying that, hey, you helped me so much, your video was awesome, you changed my life. And that was not something I was expecting. So I think that's how I realized what my purpose was and what my purpose still is today. And I just want to help people however I can, because there's nothing that compares to you're speaking with someone, you see they have a problem, and you're able to fix that problem for them or with them. And then you see a smile on their face, a glow on their face, you know, even the tone of their voice changes because they have one problem less, or they know how to deal with this. So that's really what got me pumped the first time I posted a couple videos and people gave me their feedback and their basically testimonial that somehow I helped them out. So that helped me find my way. And I would say my purpose is, yeah, to help as many people as I can. It'd be with health, you know, as a dietitian in the future, or by helping them with their finances, by feeding banks, or, you know, however I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's very inspiring. Now, guys, I don't want you to get discouraged. I know she says she's 19, she's very young, and she's already had the mindset of someone that's like 40. Just because she's doing this stuff now. Again, when I was 19, I had no idea this world even existed. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm 35. I'm a little older, but I just don't want you guys to get discouraged. Like, well, she's young, or an excuse. Like, okay, well, I can't do that because X, Y, Z. Like, I'm a little bit older. I'm 35. There's people 50, 60. Colonel Sanders was, in his 60s when he started KFC. So I just don't want you guys to get discouraged or have excuses that's going to block you from pursuing your greatness, because it doesn't matter how old you are. That's just the number. Age is just a number. You just want to keep your mind strong and stay passionate about what you want to do, because like I always say, Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. You just got to keep pushing forward. So again, that's amazing that you're 19 already on this journey. Just imagine by the time you're my age, you're going to be a billionaire. And I'm like, hey, I interviewed her on my channel. That's awesome. So a question I have for you is, why is it that you think most people never pursue their dreams or passions in life? Like, what do you think it is that stops them in their tracks?
There are multiple things, but I think where it starts is probably just knowing that it's possible. Having maybe the people around you, meeting the right person that tells you, you want to do that? You can. I think it starts there. And once you realize you can, then it's a whole other process, and you have to have the right mindset, hard work, and a lot of patience.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. And just to add on to that too, it's another thing I believe is with people, they let fear take over, because again, we're all human. We all have that instinct, from our primal days, to where, it's fight or flight, where we have to fight saber-tooth tigers and all these animals, and just to survive and eat. So that automatic instinct comes over our subconscious mind and paradigm, and it takes over to where we have all this self-doubt, and we sabotage ourselves. Like, well, I can't do this because, like I just said before, X, Y, Z. But if people learn to get over that fear and conquer it, again, go around like-minded people like we've been doing, and you see it is possible, you see all these other people that's successful, it just helps break that down, and it helps you pursue greatness. So again, guys, don't let fear take over your life. You can control fear, conquer fear.
That's totally true. I actually have a post-it just here with my love my off, and it says, feel the fear and do it anyway. So exactly what you said.
I love that. And just like, sorry, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. And I was just going to say, guys, just like Cammie just said, she has quotes on her wall. And I told you guys before, on all four corners of my office, I have multiple quotes that, about fear or about success. And, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there, the loss of success. So again, if you guys surround yourself with visuals, whether it's a vision board, messages, pictures that you want to do, that you see yourself pursuing, just surround yourself with that. So that's awesome that you have that on your wall, Cammie. All right. So another question for you, Cammie, is, based on your experience that you have so far, what is your thoughts on other people's opinions? Like when it comes to like you personally pursuing your dreams or passions, I don't know if you had negative people come to your life, or people try to put you down until you don't pursue things, but what are your thoughts on other people's opinions when it comes to someone else trying to pursue their dreams?
I think it comes down to maybe two things. There are two ways to see opinions. One is, and the man that says it a lot, he's called Nick Anderson. We got to meet him when we were at that event. And, over the course of the years, I got to watch a lot of his videos. And sorry, that's my brother right here.
It's okay.
I saw Nick repeat this over and over and over again. And he said, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one, and they usually don't smell great, It's totally true. So that's one way to see it. Another way to see it is whenever someone has something to tell me about what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, I would always, first of all, I would listen to what they have to say. Mm-hmm. But when you listen, there are things that can happen. You have to try and protect yourself to not be too sensible to what they're saying, especially if they're criticizing you. So when people give you an opinion on what you're doing or how you're doing it, ask yourself a couple of things about what that person is doing in their life, who they are, what they've done in the past, and where they are today in their life. So is this a person giving you advice because they care about you? And is this a person giving you advice for something that they've already done? So I would say, let's say if someone's trying to criticize you for what you're trying to accomplish and they're telling you you're dreaming too big or it's never going to work, I would say ask yourself if they are in a place in their life that you want to get to. Is this someone you look up to? Is this someone you can learn something from? If that's the case, then I would listen to their advice. If it's not the case, I would accept their advice, but I wouldn't necessarily take it in and let it affect me. So,
awesome. You said that so beautifully. Exactly how I would mention that, to where I love that. So for the listeners here, I recommend go ahead and go on YouTube and type in Andrew Carnegie opinions. And there's like a 2-3 minute video. I mean, it's not actually his voice. It's like a reenactment of him, but it's just like a thumbnail of Andrew Carnegie's face. But then it's like a voice actor saying what he said back in I think 18 or early 1900s. But it's very powerful because even though that was over 100 years ago, he puts it very similar to how you just stated, Cammie, to where opinions are like the sands of the desert. Everyone has one, but you want to just make sure that you take advice from people who are in the place you want to be in. Do they have the lifestyle you want? Because typically people take opinions from people who have the life they don't want, and they typically migrate over to there for some reason. So I love how you put that. So again, guys, just Google Andrew Carnegie opinions and look at that video, watch it, listen to it, and it just helps you get past that. If it's like a negative opinion or something. So listen to that, guys. Alrighty, Cammie. So why do you think people should be educated? Now, when I say educated, not necessarily meaning that they should, if they don't want to go to college per se, because there's a quote that I live by. It says, many people have been schooled, but very few have been educated. So why do you think it's very important for people just to like learn or get educated?
Yeah, there's another quote is, education might make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune.
Wow.
So that's kind of something I live by. I'm still a student. I study for dietetics and naturopathy, which has almost nothing to do with what I do online as an entrepreneur. And I still believe that though I'm studying, I went to school, had my baccalaureate, all of this, I'm studying to, I'm getting 2 degrees in 2 years. But I think that self-education is extreme. It is key. It's the base of, I would say, success. I have a video that talks about this. It's probably titled "The 3 Keys to Success" or something like that. It talks about, it's a quick video, like maybe a couple minutes long, and I think I said this a few minutes ago, and it's about having the right mindset first, and it comes through self-education, a lot of personal development. And then it just goes, so it starts with the right mindset and then hard work and a lot of patience. So yeah, self-education is key.
Awesome. Thanks you. And what are like, just what have people thanked you for the most? I know it's a weird question. You don't hear that question. I was like, I have a friend that actually introduced me to that question. I'm like, wow, I like that. I want to keep that going on the interviews I do.
That's a good question. Yeah, most of the time I would say it's for spreading positivity and helping them out with the problem that they have, a hard time. It's showing them that there's more that's possible. They have a problem, but they can either stay in there and complain or be sad, be unhappy, or they can look at this problem and say, okay, there are bigger problems than this. Why is this problem a problem? Why is it a problem? It's a problem because I need to grow into a bigger person, for which this person, that problem is not a problem anymore. If this is let's say we're gonna talk numbers. You're a person, a number 4 person, and your problem is a number 5. Obviously, if you're number 4 person, that problem looks like a pretty big problem, right? But if you do some work on yourself, if you study, if you ask around, if you do some personal development, you can grow into the person number 5, number 6, number 7. And then when you look back on that problem, you're like, that's not a problem anymore. But I think it's growth. When you start And Nick Anderson says this too, along with his partner Kylie Weber. If you stop growing, you start dying. And that's another thing that I repeat to myself every single day since the day I listen to it.
Awesome. Thank you. And I love how you put that. And also too, when people are pursuing greatness, we're going to, you will face obstacles, and, the definition of failure is not failing, it's quitting. So with saying that, what is something that you actually failed at, Cammie, that you don't mind sharing with the audience?
What I failed at, I think, is not taking action enough sooner, which means so I grew up traveling, and how I got into this whole online and entrepreneurial journey is I was 15, so it's kind of like around the time you're trying to choose what job you want to do, building yourself a little bit. So I said, I grew up traveling and I still want to travel. I've only been in North America and Europe. I want to see the rest of the world. So I went online, 15 years old, typed in jobs that I could do from anywhere in the world. And that's how I found this whole online space. Came across Nick's videos, continued to watch them until I was finally able to start an online business. Because try telling your parents when you're 15, hey, Mom, I want to start an online business. It's a little hard. So I just continued to study for, study entrepreneurship and personal growth for the past 4 years. And just like, I think 6 months ago, I finally joined that journey.
That's awesome, because what you went through is what so many people go through, but the thing that where you exceeded is you took action. That's a lot of people don't take action. Like, they see things, or is that they want to do something, they want to pursue their dreams and passions, but then you look around 5, 10, 20, 30 years that pass and people have regrets. So it's like, you never want to have regrets when you look at yourself, like imagine yourself 80, 90, 100 years old, and you're on your deathbed, you have all your family around you. You just want to make, die peacefully or happy and not have any regrets. I don't want to depress anyone that's watching this, but again, it's the reality. We're all going to meet that eventually, but just don't have any regrets. Yeah. Make sure you live the life that you're meant to live, and just go through and push through it.
That's totally it. So yeah, when I started this whole journey, as I said, I did a lot of personal development for, those years, and I still continue to do it until now. And I think where I failed was not taking action sooner. And by that, I mean, as soon as I was taking action, trying to talk to people, reach out. And as soon as I got people telling me no, or as soon as I got rejects, or as soon as something that I was doing didn't work, I would constantly, instead of persisting, continuing to do what I was doing, I would constantly go back to personal development. And at some point, personal development kind of became like an addiction, but you don't really realize it is you're doing something good, right? But I was told by a friend of me too. I think you've done enough personal development, and he told this to me just a couple days ago, and he's absolutely right. So I think that's where I failed. I should have started taking more action sooner.
Awesome. Yeah, another way to put it is it's called analysis paralysis for some people, to where they study, read, which again, those are habits that you need in your life, read, study, but they get to a point where that's all they do. It's like 5 years went by and they keep reading and studying and not taking action. So analysis paralysis is another name for it. And that, again, so many people deal with that. That's why it's good for people to hear videos like this, or like that you produce, that go to the seminars or workshops, just because they start to say, wow, I'm not the only one dealing with this. And they feel like they're isolated when they're at home and they're in front of their computer. There's no one around them to give them feedback or push or inspiration. So that's awesome that you actually got through that. So congratulations on that. All righty. So next question, a little bit weird. So have you ever seen the movie Back to the Future? Do you know that movie? Yeah. So, okay. So the DeLorean, the car that they use to travel through time. Let's say if you got a hold of a DeLorean and you went 88 miles per hour, your flux capacitor. Sorry, another passion of mine is I'm a nerd. I love space and comics. So that's another channel. But let's say, you got a hold of that. You went 88 miles per hour, you went back in time. And let's say you went to the 15-year-old version of yourself, or even younger, what is some advice you would give your younger self that now that you didn't know before, that can help out with the struggles you went through, or when you had limitations or fear? What is something that you would tell yourself, your prior self, younger self?
Yeah, something I would tell myself is don't be scared of other people. And what I mean by that is I've always been scared to bother a person when I'm talking with them or reaching out. Sometimes I would even not reach out to a person I cared about to try and get their news, because I was scared to bother them, or I was scared to appear, what we call nosy, as like that would have never been my intention to be nosy or anything, but I was scared to talk to people. I was scared to ask questions, or even to give a compliment, because I was scared of bothering someone. So I would tell myself, don't worry, just go ahead. Don't be scared of people. Don't be scared of bothering them, because I think that's something that really stopped me from doing a lot.
That's really great advice that you would give yourself. I know there's a lot of introverts out there, or people, they hate people, or they're too shy. I was very actually, I was more of a hybrid. Like, I was in a full introvert, but then I did have my days where I didn't want to talk to people. I was terrified for public speaking and just speaking in front of people, approaching people myself. So yeah, like if you're an introvert out there and you're listening, again, you're not alone. It just takes work, just like anything. If you go to the gym for one day and you want to get 6-pack abs or get very in shape, it's not going to happen in one day. But that one day it's like the compound effect. If you guys never read that book, I highly recommend reading it. But it's everything you do compounds over time. You may not see the results right away, but it's working in the background. And then one day, boom, it's like your results are there. So just, if you're an introvert, just work on little things every day. Again, maybe talk to someone online, or Google Hangout with a friend or something, or go to like a seminar just to sit in the audience. Whatever it is, just work your way up to being able to speak in front of people. So just keep that in mind if you guys are introverts or nervous to speak in front of people, because you're not alone. There's so many people. I think there's more people who are like that than who are extroverted, who love speaking to people. So you just got to work on it. It just takes time.
Yeah, that's a really nice message. I have another quote over my bed, and it says, practice until it becomes natural. We all know this quote that says practice makes perfect, but perfection does not exist. Yeah. That's also another problem I had. I wanted to do everything perfectly, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't exist. Yeah. So practice until it becomes natural. And a while back, before leaving to the US, I had another bunch of quotes, which I completely took down when I came back. And one of them said, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's true, seeing things every day, even if you're not reading them actively, just seeing them, your subconscious is going to get a grip of them. It's going to work on your subconscious. It does help to have quotes and to have even pictures, like vision boards. It really, really does help.
Oh yeah, that's a great message. I totally agree with you. And okay, so we're almost wrapping up here. What is a word or a quote of advice that you will give the audience listening today? Like something that you kind of sum up for people listening. They want to take action. They're nervous. They want to start their own business. They want to help people. What is some type of advice you would give the people listening today?
Yeah, a couple things I would.
Okay.
I would give. A lot of people, they start a business. They want to make $1 million. Like, that's the first thing that comes to their mind. And I get it. Good. But first, what's going to bring you these $1 million is helping 1 million people. And that's another quote I have right here, which I can just grab for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here it is. It's on my wardrobe. So you see, I have some of these everywhere. I don't know if you can read it.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. Yeah, don't make $1 million to have $1 million. Make $1 million to become the person that takes to make $1 million. I like it.
It's the process. So it's not about having the $1 million. It's about becoming the person capable of having them, becoming the person capable of making that type of money. And another thing is, what's your why? People wonder how they're going to make $1 million, but you should wonder why you're going to make $1 million. Who are you doing it for? What are you doing it for? How are you going to help people with this money? And and the last thing is, At the end of the day, it's not what you build, but who you build with. Your relationships are very important. People talk a lot about network marketing, but they forget the networking part. Networking is key, and I think it's a big, big thing anyone should focus on if they want to make it on the online space or in entrepreneurship, or in a company, or even in life in general. Networking is very important.
I love how you
It's
said
about
that
who you
because I love that because just like, there's a quote by Zig Ziglar. He says, if you help enough other people get what they want, in return, you get everything that you want. And like, just like you said, you want to become the person that's that's capable of actually having that $1 million. Because if you look at, a lot of statistics where people win the lottery, they get an instant $1 million, and then typically within 2-3 years, it's gone because their vibration and frequency, they did not develop themselves enough to be able to have that and earn that $1 million. It was just given to them because just like sometimes people who grow up in a wealthy family per se, again, not everybody, but a lot of times people are not grateful for what they have because they have everything handed to them. Versus if you work for things, typically people who grow up a little poor, more in poverty, they are more appreciative. They actually have a better holistic wellness of themselves because they went through struggle and then they accomplished greatness. And it's like a yin yang balance. That's why on my channel it's like holistic yin yang balance, because the moon, the sun, or night, day, it's you got to go through bad times in order to experience the good. Because we have everything handed to us, we would not really appreciate the journey that we go through to get to where we are. We became so much of a better version of ourselves. We upgraded our software. It's like I like to say, our internal software. And even like you mentioned, like network marketing, like the networking part, because no matter, sometimes I think people get, when they hear certain words, they get like a fear or scared, or they prejudge things. And no matter what, like I always say on my channel, it doesn't matter what business you're in, network marketing, real estate, insurance, every business needs a community of people in order for you to grow and make money. No matter what, you have to have people help other people get better so then they can succeed, and it helps you succeed. That's what any business is, no matter what. At the base, they're all the same at the base. So that's amazing. And another question for you. So if people want to connect with you, how can they connect with you?
They can connect with me through Facebook. It'll
Okay.
probably be that I think in your description. Or Instagram. I'm pretty active everywhere. Yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want. You can email. Yeah. Or if you're interested in learning how to beat the banks, you can even put in your email straight away, and that way I can contact you as soon as I have your name and email or phone number.
Awesome. So I will have Cammie's links in the description, guys. And then if you want to connect with her, I'll have her link there. You just put in your name, email, phone number, and then submit it, and she'll be able to reach out to you. So definitely want to thank you for your time. Really appreciate you taking the time of your busy day to speak with me. I know we're about 9 hours apart, so thank you for doing that. So yeah, guys, this is Greg with Planet Green Zen. And again, if you want to connect with Cammie, I'll have her information in the description. Also, comment below what you like about the interview. What did you like? What do you want? Because I always am looking to improve myself. I look at you guys' feedback and comments, and that's how I structure videos. And just we're all here to improve and get better. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.